So I got my little Lucy down there. Okay, she's the feisty one. She's the youngster. This one here is Gracie, who has really amazing social skills. Gracie knows how to stay safe, how to take the pressure off of Lucy so that Lucy won't attack her. This here is Sharpie. So Sharpie just cried. He wants to go outside, and also he wants to have a little bit of emotional connection here. So I'm gonna put Lucy back here. Lucy, come back here. In a wait. Lucy, wait. Now I get Sharpie. Sharpie, come on. Lucy has to stay in a wait. And hang on real quick. Lucy, back. Nice shake off. Wait. Wait. So I don't always just move Sharpie outside. Sometimes I want him here and I cuddle with him right in front of her, because she also resource guards me and attention. And so I cuddle with him and I allow her to learn from that. Social learning is important. And so we cuddle. And guess what else I do then? Oh, does that feel good, Sharpie? I'm gonna tell Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. We always use thank you. So I walk back here. Thank you, Lucy. Good, wait. Wait. And I go back to Sharpie. So this way Lucy is not totally left out. And she can learn from my interactions with Sharpie. So I'm going to put Sharpie outside. Sharpie, come on. There. It's okay. Go ahead. Do you want me to open the door? She's still there. Every once in a while, randomly, not every single time, but real randomly, I'm gonna have to close this because we have a fourth one, and the fourth one is also a firecracker. So even though she is 12, she's a firecracker. Thank you, Lucy. Good wait. Thank you. So now if we have food at our table, hold on, stop, wait. So if we have food at our table, and it's a messy table because I also use it as my desk for right now. If we have food at our table, Lucy back. I want Lucy's feet, if she's standing up, I want her feet on the carpet. So I give her the weight line. Gracie is free to come over here. And thank you, Lucy. Gracie's free to come over here. And even while we're eating, this works well. Every once in a while, I turn around and I tell Lucy, thank you, Lucy. Good wait. And that reassurance is always important because you don't want them to feel left out. They're part of the family. So over time, things have gotten a little bit easier. This morning, I let the two older ones outside. All done, Lucy. Thank you. I let the two... Now she wants to hump me. She's all excited now. Lucy, hey, Lucy, stop. So when she does that, actually, I usually don't try to stop her. I usually just go wild with her. You farted. You farted. Are you farting on camera? Hey, Lucy, get your bone. Get your bone. Get your bone. No, over there. There's your bone. Get your bone. So I'm sorry. I'm going to continue this in just a little bit. Last one. Last one. Then we cuddle. So I tell her last one. We cuddle. And then because we didn't play wild, that's good. So this morning, I had the two older ones outside, and I forgot to close our door in the back. And this little piece of wood was laying on the floor, and Lilo, our other firecracker, wanted to have that little piece of wood, and Lucy didn't want to have any part of that. So I heard Lucy grumble and growl at Lilo, and both of them are not made to back off. So I had to just de-escalate the whole situation a little bit, because that could have gotten ugly. But the fun thing is that before we started all this with the pendulum weight and with management and doing what we're doing, because, hey Lucy, come here. Let me check if Sharpie wants to come back in. Lucy, come on. Thank you, Lucy. Wait. So I put her on the pendulum weight, and I'm gonna get my Sharpie back in. Sharpie! And Sharpie is pretty much deaf now, so he cannot hear it when Lucy snarls, when Lucy growls at him and stuff, so he cannot hear her little warnings. So we have to be twice as careful. And thank you, Sharpie. That's a good boy. And Lucy's still on the weight. So you don't have to lock them away, you know, because if you were to lock them away, you're isolating them. Thank you, Lucy. All done. You're isolating them. And then they're not learning from each other. But they're learning from your interactions with your other dogs as much as if you're interacting with them. So that social learning is very important. Interacting with the other dogs in front of them and letting them watch you. So management is good, but make your interactions part of that management. A couple months ago, if that would have happened with Lilo wanting to have that piece of wood, Lucy wouldn't even have growled twice. He would have growled and immediately attacked Lilo. So that this morning, that little incident showed me that things are getting better with Lucy and with the guarding. It's still there. It takes a while. We cannot undo the things that have been messed up in just a few sessions. You know, that will take a little while. And Lucy had a challenging puppyhood, just like many other rescue dogs. And we can't undo that in just a few sessions. You know, that will take a little while. So that's how I handle it. And then, you know, when it's treat time, when I have treats, I can have treats with all 4 dogs here. They all know their names, and I use a name before I give them the treat. I always say Lucy, then she gets the treat, and then I tell her, thank you, Lucy. Also, thank you for looking at me. And same with Gracie. And each one of them knows, because I use their names, they know that the treat I hand to Sharpie is not for Lucy, because I use their names. And, you know, it's management, but in a different kind of way. The actual management is that baby gate and putting her in the weight and putting her in the weight here. And, you know, watch how their body is, watch when they're soft, just watch the dogs. And don't get paranoid, you know, don't micromanage, but manage. That's it. I hope this helps.